So now that we've gone through the breasts and the stripping, we can talk about what's been going on
in the world.
Yeah. The election outrage is escalating in Iran, and the most poignant image of these protests is one of 16-year-old Neda Soltani dying in the street after being hit by a sniper's bullet. Now, I need to warn you, this is a graphic image, so you may not want your kids to see it, but I see you put it up anyway.
Poor girl. She's only 16 years old.
Yeah. It is extraordinary what happens when people begin to see images of what's going on in the world. We were talking about this downstairs.
And when you can identify it with one person, I mean, there are so many people hurt in this uprising, but when you can identify it with one person, it brings it home. And you and I were talking about other images, again, you may not want the children to see, that somehow bring it so home.
Yes, I mean, when you look at the photos that we're about to show you, one is from the Vietnam War, very famous photograph. Can you show it?
Right.
And we've seen that. The next photograph, I believe, is from Selma, Alabama. When people first saw the dogs attacking people, the country sort of said, oh my God, this is going on. The next image that we're gonna show you, please, is the gentleman at Tiananmen Square, with his hand up to all these tanks saying, I'm here in peace. And the last one, of course, was also in the South being water hosed. And I think what's happening now is a lot of people are starting to see, because of tweet and Twitter and all these social sites, what's actually going on there. It's extraordinary.
That was a tribute to the first girl that we saw in Iran on Facebook that people are doing now. And it, you know, it just, I hope that this maybe, you know, I spoke last week about feeling as though I thought President Obama did a great job in Cairo, and I thought he gave people that sort of rally that they needed. But yet, when it came to these rallies, I thought, well, you can't say, go get them, and then we don't want to meddle. And I think it's not, we see in these photos, and I think we've seen in history, that it's not meddling when you're protecting people from tyranny and deaths that they should not be incurring.
What are you saying, that he should say more?
I think there could be something strong. I think there could be a stronger action taken.
Well, that's what the Republicans are saying.
I mean, I've been saying it for a long time. I wasn't happy with how it felt as though when the election results came in, it felt as though, gosh, I didn't feel as though there was enough support for those demonstrators, because I thought maybe it was their fear of Ahmadinejad, was there inciting with the demonstrators.
Kind of what exactly? I keep hearing the GOP talking about, you know, he needs to be more forceful. What exactly do you want us to do? I think. What do
you want him to say? Well, I think the not meddling. Well, I think. Look, I didn't think the "we don't want to meddle" statement was strong enough. Well, I think it was a hands-off, and good luck with that. That's how it felt. Just to me, not with my party, not with the Republicans, just me.
There are a couple of things. It is the party, what the party is saying. There are several things. The first of it is he did quote Martin Luther King. He did, you know, that's pretty strong. He did talk about justice, and he does not want to. The Iranians, Ahmadinejad, is already saying that this whole uprising is a result of Great Britain and the United States. Right. It isn't.
And also, sorry.
And what more, beyond saying everybody needs justice and so on, if he does too much, then they have the fire to say, you see, it's the United States. So he's got to walk that line.
Sort of set the tone also for the rebellion in many people's eyes. Yes. And I don't remember in the year 2000 any Iranians meddling in our election of Bush v. Gore. I mean, that was also
in the street. Were there people dying left and right? Were young girls being brutally murdered?
It's like there are things happening all over the world like that. Are we supposed to stick our 2 cents in every place?
We don't need.
And also, can I say one more thing, and then I'll let you talk.
Wait a minute. Is it sticking our face, or is it saving lives?
The heads of the... Do you ever hear of... Wait till I finish my sentence. So, the leaders of the opposition have also contacted the administration, according to what I saw on CNN, and have said, don't meddle in this. Let us do it. So he's only paying attention.
Which leaders? And what information are you getting?
I'm going to kill myself here.
I think one of the biggest reasons that the don't meddle is important is because when he made that speech in Cairo, you know, he talked about us getting and meddling and setting up puppet situations. in the past. And I think what he is about right now is trying to make sure that there is no doubt that this is coming from the people, as it did in Poland for solidarity, as it did with the Velvet Revolution in the Czech Republic and all the other revolutions that have been slowly happening. You know, when people just get sick of having somebody's foot on their neck, they will take to the streets and say, I don't care what you do to me.
But it also was under the impression that they had his support. Like, when
they know they have his support.
Well,
what more does he have to do right now?
More than words.
Like what?
Like what? Should he go in there and
I'm just saying that the reason he may not be doing that is because we have a history in this country, as you know, with the Shah. Well, we also have a history of setting up governments that don't necessarily work for the people the way they want them to. And I think what he's trying to avoid is any hint that the American country, that country of America, my brain is just scrambling up, is trying to orchestrate this in any way.
Didn't we sever ties with them for 30 years, and then all of a sudden now we're going to go back? Because once we go in, we just can't go out and go.
I'm not suggesting going in. I'm not suggesting we're trying to colonize in Iran. I'm suggesting
you just said he should do more. He should do more than talking. All I can think of also is there are other countries. There's Darfur, where terrible things are happening, and perhaps we haven't done enough. But
people have said the same there. Why is that? Why is it only a problem when it's said here?
Well, because there are two wrongs don't make a right, and that's a terrible wrong, Darfur. But when you say he should do more, stronger statements.
More than say we're not going to meddle. I thought what he said in Cairo was powerful.
I'm
not going to write his next speech for him.
No, but you've already told you what he shouldn't do.
I don't think he should say we're not going to meddle. I think his words, and he knows that they're powerful, should be stronger, and his actions to follow should equal them, and he shouldn't get people all fired up to rally and then...
No, he didn't get them.
He didn't get them fired up.
That's what everyone wants. Okay, this is hysterical because so many people, so many articles are written about he gave people the confidence to do that. No. And then all of a sudden, now that it didn't go so well,
negating. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I think what I was saying to you, Elizabeth, was not that it wasn't going well. Those people made a decision. They did not like the election as it came out, and they have defied their mullah. In part because the United States of America has finally said, you know what, maybe there is something we can talk about. And the folks in Iran and in the out counties in Iran also, they want a change, and they want a change from the regime that they have right now. That may have been sparked by the fact that this country has done this. It may have, but it is not all about them. It is really about the people in Iran saying, no more.
Right, but many people right after that were commenting about how that speech really did give them the power to do it.
His whole speech made these people go, we're going to go and do this?
The same people who claim that it did are now saying, oh, no, it didn't, because it didn't. Maybe we're not there enough now.
When Obama's in office, they don't say death to America anymore so much like they did when Bush was in office. So he has changed the conversation.
The people saying it will always say it. Those people who are rallying have not.
The only thing we can hope, having looked at that picture that you showed us, is that there will not be more bloodshed. There probably will be.
Yes,
because what we do see is this is not going away, and we don't know how it's going to end. But when you see a picture of one child and you realize there may be others, we can just hope that it doesn't get too much worse.
Well, it would be interesting to see.
It has nothing to do with what we do or say. It's the people.
Now the Ayatollah has said no more, so it'll be interesting to see if they're going to stop, because he's the highest. Well, but here's the great thing about when people go to change. Barbara, I think I remember this, but I could have been high. I don't know. Did you not interview the man from Poland? I'm trying to think of his name.
Lech Walesa?
Lech Walesa, didn't you? I also interviewed the Shah.
Yes.
You know, when something begins to happen, and in the case of Lech Walesa in Poland, it began in the shipyard. Yes. It began small. Yes. And when something begins to happen, it's very hard, even when you're the Ayatollah, to clamp down.
It's interesting that Ahmadinejad has lost a lot of his juice in all of this, too. So whatever happens, he has been cut down a few pegs, and so has the Khomeini. So we have to watch this now. We have to watch
we'll keep a very close eye on it, as we do when we see change happening, and it's a change that we're hoping for. So we're going to go and come right back. I'm not going to change. I will still be black and beautiful.